ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीराम जय जय राम। 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 जय जय राम। जय जय राम। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्राय नमः। अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। ॐ श्रीहनुमते नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनम् ॐ श्रीचिन्मयसद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमः श्रीतुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे। ॐ श्रीतुलसीदासाय नमः। Hari Om, a very warm welcome. We are seeing the 7th section of Chaupais and the Doha. We will please chant together. As bibek jab deyi bidhata tab taji dosha gunahi manurata काल सुभावु करम बरि आई बलेवु प्रकृति बस चुकई भलाई सो सुधारि हरि जन जिमिलेहि दलि दुख दोष बिमल जसु देहि खलवु करहि बल पाई सुसंगु मिटई न मिलन सुभावु अभंगु लखिसु बेश जग बंचक जेवु बेश प्रताप पूजियहि तेवु उघरहि अंत न खोई निबाहु काल नेमि जिमि रावण राहु किएहु कुबेशु साधु सन मानु जिमि जग जामवंत हनुमानु हानि कुसंग सुसंगति लाहु लोकहु वेद विदित सब काहू गगन चढ़ई रज पवन प्रसंगा कीचहि मिलई नीच जल संगा साधु असाधु सदन सुख सारी सुमिरहि राम देहि गनिगारी धूम कुसंगति कारिख होई लिखिय पुराण मंजुमसि सोई सोई जल अनल अनिल संघाता होई जलद जग जीवन दाता. We will see up to here. Yesterday we saw how Bhagavan helps those good people who happen to fall. Good people also slip, isn't it? We have seen several times. Not everybody is 100% perfect. If you say 100% perfect, then you know that person is God only. So, everybody makes mistake. To err is human. We saw this yesterday. Asabibeka jabadoi bidhata. In case the good people fall down, bidhata Bhagavan will come and help them. Will come and make them realize very soon and then bring them out of that situation. What about the wrong people, evil people, bad people? See, they by chance make good activities. It does not mean that they have become good. Now, good and bad, we saw it actually. Those who are good generally, for a long duration period of time, they are good, they are labeled as good people, they are called as good people. And those who are good occasionally is not called good people. Why? By mistake they make some good movements, that's all. So, they remain where they are. Why? Swabhavastu pravartate. And we also saw how Binu satsanga vivek na hoi. Those who are not in satsanga, they are not in contact with satpurusha, satkatana, satkirtana, satchintana, sadbhava. Such people to gain good thoughts is very rare. And those who are with all these, they also have bad thoughts, but rarely. They also fall, but they bounce back. This is what we saw yesterday. Kala subhavu karma bari aayi, because of kala subhavu, swabhava, action, karma, because of old habits, and all those, they are normally good, but people who are bad are also bad in the same fashion. So, here they occasionally fall, there they occasionally rise. Then in the first case, Bhagavan helps. Which case? First case, it is said, Muninamapi pati brahmaha. Even the sages fall down. How many people we have seen? We have seen Narada, we have seen Vishwamitra. Now, they are not, samples where we have to take them as example, oh, they also fall, so I can fall. No. They fall, but they rise immediately. They bounce back immediately. But they also fall. Bad people, they also occasionally do good things. Like for example, some people who go and steal in some temple, in some churches probably. I don't know if they steal in churches. In temples there is always a hundi where lot of money is there. People take lot of money. People steal there also. And those people who steal in other houses and things like that, they come and drop some money. Papakshaya. They put some money in the hundi. Dropping some few notes in the hundi can be called as good action. No, because they are dropping it because of some mistake. Think. They don't become good. Swabhavastu pravartate. So sudhari. Those good people who are fallen, Harijana Sudhari, Bhagavan himself corrects them, rectifies those mistakes. But those people who are wrong, Khalavu Karahi, Bhalapai Susangu, wicked people occasionally when they perform good deed, Mitaina Milana Subhavu Abhangu, the evil nature in them doesn't get changed. The evil nature remains. Why? That has become part of their blood. It takes long for them to change over, but then it is possible, please. Correction is possible. Rectification is possible. Transformation has to take place. Just by one good thought, it doesn't become proper. Alright. Now the next point here is, Acharya takes a very, very important aspect. Lakhisu Vesha Jaga Banchaka Jevu Besha Pratapa Pujiya Hitevu. Some people wear some robes to fool others. And those other people, world, Besha Pratapa, because of the respect given to certain Vesha. Pujiya Hitevu. People might even respect them. People might adore them. People might revere them. Some people go and fall at their feet also. But whether the person deserves, they won't see. They just see the Vesha. Right? So by wearing some particular Vesha, some particular robe, one does not become that. They are meant to fool others. One has to be careful. With that appearance, they may go on for some time. But not very far, they will be very easily revealed. Tulsidasi says, Ugharahi antana hoi nibahu kala nemi jimi ravana rahu. People who are wearing evil robe will be called very soon. What do you mean they will be called very soon? They eventually get exposed. People will come to know the truth. Like whom? Kalanemi. Kalanemi was a Rakshasa. What did he do? When Hanumanji was going to Sanjeevani to bring those herbs, because Lakshmanji is now down and he requires those herbs for him to come back to life. And it has to be brought before early morning. Hanumanji goes with full speed to bring those herbs. Kalanemi takes the form of a sadhu and sits there chanting and singing Ramanama. And Hanumanji, whenever he hears the name of Bhagavan Shri Ramchandraji, he melts and he also sits down and chants along with him, sings along with him. And that is to spend the time so that the moment Surya Udaya takes place, then Lakshmana cannot be brought to life. So to veil away time, Kalanemi comes. But however, Hanumanji gets to know, he kills Kalanemi there and then he goes, brings the herbs. This we know the story. And we also know Ravana, who went in the guise of a sadhu and kidnapped Sitaji. And then we have one more in the Bhagavata called Rahu, who posed as a Devata but was found very soon. Like that, all evil people, they may take to some other Vesha, but very soon they will be exposed. Therefore he says, Bhagavan who brought out the good people from that bad action will also make sure that the bad people are exposed when they do good actions and then try to take mileage out of it. And then continuing further, किएहु कुबेशु साधु सनमानु जिमि जग जामवंत हनुमानु. And in another case, the good people, like the example given, Jamavanta and Hanumanji, both of them, they are not goodly looking. They have not taken a vesha like that also. Truly to their, this one, Jamavanta, who is Jambavanta? Jambavanta is the Amsha Avatara of Creator Brahma. And who is Hanumanji? Amsha Avatara of Shiva. They may not look good. Jambavanta is in the form of a bear. And Hanumanji, we all know, is in the form of a monkey. Nobody takes monkey seriously. People get scared of bear. But they took those forms. But what actually happened? Today, we all revere Jambavanji. We all worship Hanumanji. Is it not? Hanumanji is worshipped in what way? In a temple of Hanumanji, Rama, Sitaji and Lakshman need not be there. Because they are all in the heart of Hanumanji. But wherever Ramchandraji's temple is there, Hanumanji has to be kept there. To that is the power of Hanumanji. People recognize that. Is it not? Kiyehu Kubeshu sadhu sanamanu jimi jaga jamavanta Hanumanu. The whole world will respect them because of their real nature of being good. And then Tulsidasi says, Hani kusanga susangati lahu lokahu beda bidita sabakahu. Association with bad will only be harmful to everybody, to oneself too. And association with good is a great asset. This is what Vedas have told. And this is what the whole world also says. Why? World is definitely filled with lot of experienced people. And people who have experienced all these clearly indicate, clearly teach to the next generation. If you are good, you are taken care. That goodness is your asset. If you are bad, that harmful actions will first harm you. Think. Therefore, be careful. Be aware. And then he gives another very beautiful example. He says, Gagana chadai raja pavana prasanga. Raja means dust. When dust comes in contact with pavana, wind, what happens? Gagana chadai. The dust is risen higher towards the sky. Gagana chadai. Same dust, when it comes into contact with water, jalasanga milai neecha kichahi. It becomes what? It becomes slush. It becomes muck. And what about water? Water always flows down. When we say water flows down, it is not to belittle water. Water is considered as the life giver. But the nature of water is to flow down. And when the dust comes into contact with water, the dust becomes slush. When it is in contact with wind, it rises above. Now see, sadhu asadhu sadhana sukhasari. Sukhasari here refers to the parrots and similar birds. When the parrots are in contact with sadhu, if it is in an ashram, everybody say Hari Om, Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Like that, so many good words are being spoken in the ashram. The parrot will pick up that. So when somebody enters, the parrot will say Hari Om. That doesn't mean that parrot is very good. As long as it is in the ashram, in association with sadhu, the sadhus, they whatever language they speak, the parents only imitate, parents only repeat. Is it not? And Sumarahi Rama Dehi Ganigari, the names of Rama is beautifully taken. Isn't it? At the same time, the same parent, let us say if they are brought up in the slums, or in the sangha of bad people, what will the parent repeat? There also parent will not repeat Ram, Hari Om. It will use their language, foul language, dirty language. Why? Sangha dosha. Here it is Sangha Bala, there it is Sangha dosha. Therefore, you and I have to think where we should associate with based on what I want to achieve. If I want to achieve that supreme, then my association must be with good people. Sangaha satsu vidhiyatam bhagavataha bhakti dridhadhiyatam. Very clearly he says. One is dust, tangible form of dust. He gives one more example. He says, Dhuma kusangati. Dhuma is what? Smoke. Dhuma kusangati karika hoi. When fumes are from the wrong places. Like for example, cigarette also brings fumes. But what does it do? It troubles people around. It brings such a bad stink. And it is very injurious to health. It is printed in that packet also, is it not? Cigarette smoking is injurious to health. Don't sit there and ask, Swamiji, did you do how perfectly you are saying? This is there everywhere in all the advertisements. That's how we come to know, isn't it? Smoke is injurious to health. It is printed in that packet. Yet, when we take that, it is definitely bad to my health. Right? Likhiya Purana Manjumasi Soi. When the same smoke comes from Yajna Kunda, Yaga, or through Karpura, or through incense sticks. Today, incense sticks everyone uses. Like in Mysore, for example, cycle brand Agarbatti. It is very famous not only in Mysuru, it is famous all over the world. When you light that incense sticks, what happens? It brings parimala. It brings so beautiful aroma. You feel so good in that whole place. Is it not? Therefore, dhuma, when it is kusangati, it becomes ash. It becomes dirty smell. It gives dirty smell. But the same ashes born out of yajna or agarbatti, etc., it is said it can be made into ink. And that with that ink, Purana Manjumasi, so you can write Puranas, Itihasas, Vedas, good things we can write. It is capable, but wrong side, it is not possible. It is very injurious to health. Soi jala anala anila sanghata. The smoke, when in union with water, fire and wind, is transformed into cloud and brings life into earth. What does that mean? Hoi jalada jaga jivana data. The same smoke when it is mixed with wind. Like for example from the ocean. When the ocean, because of the heat from the sun, evaporates and moves up and becomes the cloud, the same heat when it evaporates. Now look at that, ocean is very salty. We saw this example earlier. When the salty water gets evaporated because of the heat of the sun and moves into air and becomes the cloud. When the cloud bursts and pours water, it becomes palatable water, it becomes good water, it becomes drinkable water, good for all. And it flows as river to irrigate hectares of land for the sake of growing all paddy, wheat and other agricultural products, good for our health when we consume. Think. Therefore, we need to understand that our association alone matters. What we are is based on what we are associated with. That is why all Shastras repeatedly repeat Satsanga, Satsanga, Satsanga. Why? Satsangatve Jivan Muktihi. And that is the purpose of human life. Just living a life and dying is like any other animal. Think. The purpose of human life is to know our true nature, which is nothing but the Supreme. Otherwise, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani, Jathare Shayanam, Iha Samsare, Bahudustare. Iha Samsare, Bahudustare. It is only a suffering, pain, agitation, frustration. Therefore, we need to change. We have to transform. That transformation in us is a must to reach our goal. That is the purpose of studying all this. Now see, with this, the chopais get over. Now tomorrow, the last day of the series, we will see the other 4 dohas and complete this section tomorrow. We will meet tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om